Okay, I think the live stream starts already. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Word Miles. Well, Word Miles is a program that we created to provide a platform for beginner writers to showcase their masterpieces and share their stories. Telling a story is what we do almost every day. We love telling stories to other people. I personally enjoy listening to people's stories. We have to take part in keeping our stories rolling because we never know that our stories might inspire others. Well, I hope you enjoy this program and please keep watching the show until the end. So, without further ado, I would like to invite all the storytellers in. Okay, we have here our storytellers. Hi, everyone. I'm so thrilled to have you here. And thank you for taking part in the show. I would like to ask each one of you to share, to introduce yourself to our viewers. Let me start from Michelle.
Hello everyone, so I am Michelle Grace Stephanie Cahya. My friends called me Michelle, Grace, or Chele. So I'm the part of the student association. I'm also active in the organization Say Yes to Books. So for all of you who really like the books, you can join my community to explore more about book and to explore more about the children. I think that's all, ma'am.
Hello there, I'm Smira Targan. I'm usually called Mirna, just Mirna. I'm 25 years old. I grew up in Kabanjahe, North Sumatra. I'm majoring in English Educational of Universitas Advent Indonesia. I've proceeded to study and do my homework as a housekeeper, and I get money for my tuition fee. I don't have much time to do some hobbies right now, but in future, I'd like to try traveling, swimming, shopping, and more activity and something like that, I guess. I love cats. It is so cute and funny. I feel better when I wrap a kitten or cat. Anyway, I'm taking this class because I want to improve my writing in English. I think this all.
Okay, hello good people. My name is Hannah Teresia Sembiring, but my colleague friends usually call me Hunter because in my campus there's a lot of students who have the same name with me, which is Hannah. So my college friends call me Hunter for short from Hannah Teresia. I am currently pursuing my bachelor degree at a very beautiful and also very good university. Of course, it is located in one of the cities as known as the Flower City, Bandung. Because I have a hobby of singing, I joined a choir organization called the Witnessing Sound Choir. Recently, I became interested in writing, maybe because I took a course that required me to be creative, of course, in writing. Want to know what writings I have made? Follow our live stream. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All storytellers, thank you for taking part in the show. I'm so happy to have you. Well, viewers, the topic that we carry on in this series is build your writing confidence. Our storytellers here, they will share their tips and tricks on how to build writing confidence. Writing is an art, yes, it allows us to express our hopes, voice, thoughts, fears in a safe venue. You know, I myself, I value literally works, and I'm always beyond excited whenever I go to a bookstore. I love buying children's storybook, even up to this age. You know, children's storybook is always colorful with artistic pictures in it. And this is what makes me so excited to read different kinds of books, different kind of genre. So, all right, we will not wait longer. We will start our discussion with our storytellers. I would like to come up with the first question to discuss. Well, I know that all our storytellers are taking creative writing course. Now, let me ask, after taking the course, How do you build your confidence in writing?
Well, for me, ideally, I feel happy certainty when I writing. I realize when my first draft, when I writing, is won't be perfect, but I have built my confidence and I can improve my confidence. I have known I got a message worth sharing or short word uh, telling a story. So for everyone, honestly, I'm not very good to speaking, but to express my emotion and opinion. And so I write everything that I feel to express all the things. So I can write everything and I feel by the word, and I feel more confidence by writing.
All right, I agree with what Michelle says. And my opinion is combining metaphorical speech with everyday or in our daily speech, language presents a difficulty for me. However, I appreciate it since producing these masterpieces allows me to expand my vocabulary and improve my ability to remember and even something unique in my head. I think that's all.
Well, thank you. When I heard your answer about the benefits that you've gained from creative writing class, I'm pretty much sure that you have established your passion for writing. Now, I wonder whether you realize that most mothers, they tend to give bedtime stories to their children before they sleep. Now, I would like to ask you questions. Why do you think mothers, they give bedtime stories to their children before they sleep?
Okay, by the way, thank you, ma'am, for your question. I think bedtime stories for kids can serve a variety of functions, and they can have a significant impact on your children's abilities, on their children's abilities, and also overall development. Of course, each child is unique, but reading a bedtime story to a child can be extremely beneficial to both the child and the person doing the reading. It aids in development of oral communication abilities and also the listening abilities, memory, and language recognition abilities. So, for the bedtime stories can be critical to the child's for their future and also reading success because they increase their vocabulary and also they can accelerate their mastery of language. And also it can improve children's attention span and listening skills. So as the result, they will be able to concentrate for longer periods of time in school, and also it can reduce the stress and relaxes the child's mind, allowing for a comfortable, a sound sleep as children cuddle up in bed and unwind after a long day. I think that's all for your question.
Okay, I have a follow-up questions, Hannah. When you were a kid, did your mom read you children's story before you slept when you were a kid?
To be honest, when I was a kid, I was never read a bedtime story, and so I don't have any experience about it to share now.
Okay, so someday you're going to become a mom. I think you should start doing that kind of routine to your future children. Well, okay. Now, all storytellers, we have to be able, no, I'm sure that you are actually writing creative writing. Yeah, you are immersed into creative writing. But I would like to know, are you able to shift between technical writing and creative writing? Because you have to distinguish the difference between technical writing and creative writing. Can you answer my questions? Let's have a discussion.
Okay, ma'am. For me, For now, sure, I can shift between technical writing and creative writing, especially in English. And you know, when I take the creative writing class, I find the so much word that I have never find in technical writing, and in creative writing, I also found beautiful words. I found the words with a beautiful meanings.
In this part of question, I'm having struggling a little bit. I mean, when I first started writing, I was having trouble combining writing with creative writing skills. But however, as I continued to write, I discovered that I was able to use more appropriate words in order to avoid ambiguity, just like using in semantic or idiom in my story. These are.
Okay, in my opinion, technical writing focuses on factual and straightforward content. Creative writing focuses on imaginative and symbolic content. And so we can conclude that technical writers can absolutely be creative. We often need it when we want to write documentation for products to imagine how a person will first interact with it. But there isn't too much creativity allowed in the writing itself. And also, that doesn't mean technical writers can use their creativity in other outlets.
Okay, that's very good that you understand the difference between technical writing and creative writing. They have their own elements. That's very good. Now, I cannot wait longer. I would like you to show your masterpieces, and I would like you to tell the synopsis of your stories, the stories that you wrote to your viewers. Let's start with Michelle. Please showcase your masterpieces to us.
Okay, well, this is the first children's story that I have made. The title is Supermom. So this story, I write this story because to appreciate my mom. Because in the family, I usually hard to express praise to my mom. Because I'm too prestige to say thank you to my mom, and for all of the things that my mom has done. So this masterpiece I present to my mom. This story talking about what my mom have done for me. And the illustration I take from the Pinterest. And the second one is about the digital storytelling. The title is Dreams in the City, and let's watch it. Let's take a trip with Luna Country and see what we might be when we grow up. We could be fight fire like a fireman. Or we could be a policeman. He tells us when to safely cross the road. If we don't obey, he blows his whistle. Or we might be bus drivers. Or we might learn to drive a delivery truck, an ambulance, or even a cement mixer. We might be a teachers and teach children how to read and write. We might be a doctor to help people well. We could have a store and sell good things like clothes and pajamas. We could work in bank to keep money safe and sound. We could be engineers and build big bridge here in the country. Engineers figure out better ways to build things. We could be scientists studying nature and discovering new things. We could be a judge, working in courtroom and wearing a long black robe.
If there's too much noise, we pound a gavel and say, "Order in court!" Then everyone has to be quiet. We could count the stars and become astronomers. We could be an astronaut and visit the moon. So, there are so many things we could do in this country. Pick up the right one and help others every day and have fun too.
So this story I write because when I was child, I always imagine what I will be in the future. So honestly, I really want to be astronomers that time, but because I cannot be astronomer, so I try to write all about the stars. So in my story, in the other story, I also involve the stars, and you can find it in the other my masterpiece. So the third is novella. This title is Blind Lights. I write this story because this story talking about the relationship between the daughter and her father. I have written this story in Indonesia when I was senior high school, but it does not have done. So I done it by using English. I have 12 chapter for this story. This story talking about the Millie who have a broken home family. He lived with a broken with the broken family. She usually get abuse from her parents, but until one day she lost her mother because of an accident, and her father get blind because of that. Even her father get blind, she still love her father, and she still care of her father. And even though Millie very angry with her father because her father treat her so bad, until one day he find the boys named Ethan, and this boy trying to have conversation with her father, and everything slowly get changed. And one night is a miracle for Millie. Millie has anxiety disorders when she's child, and in one night she has an incident in her house. The strange people come in her house, and when she trying to save her father is but the anxiety disorder is collapse. He has anxiety disorder in that time, and he got very hot in her mind. And in the blind father is trying to save her, and little by little her father trying to have conversation with her nicely until he has have a good communication with her father and have a good relationship with her father. So that's all of my masterpiece. Thank you.
Okay, Michelle, thank you. Thank you for sharing your masterpieces. Very interesting stories you have. But I have a question I would like to ask. You wrote a story about mother. As you know, that there are so many writers, so many books about made your story different from others.
So what made my story different from the others is it because, you know, I imagine my mother is my hero, not only my mother is only the mom in the kitchen, but this is very well because my mother is very well in cooking. So and the others cooking is not very well for me. So that's why I imagine my mother is my hero because everything's what we have done, because I know cooking is not easy, because honestly I don't really smart to cooking. And then I imagine my mom when she she treat me when I was sick. It is a very sacrifice, the precious sacrifice that she has done for me, because the only one who really want in beside me is only my mother, not the other. I think that's my.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Well, we come up to the next storyteller. Mirna, can you please share?
All right. My story. The title of our story is not taking too hard. So there are two things from various walks of life. Sue is a spoiled, wealthy woman who enjoys flaunting her fortune on relying on it. While Alice is a basic adolescent, she enjoys assisting others and is conscientious in her work. They had a quarrel in the park on the day because they were fighting over a beautiful flower. And then I choose the theme for my stories as a fighting evil with evil isn't a good idea, because it won't solve the problem, but make it more complicated. So my digital storytelling.
Mouse, deer, and pigeon. In the middle of the day, in burning sunshine on the ground, the flowers are blooming and continue to die. There is a mouse deer just enjoying his dream. Warm air combined with the gentle breeze ensures a restful loss of sleep, impatient to appear at the day. While sleeping, his tummy roared, which awakes him. "Oh no, I'm starving," he mumbled. He goes for looking for some food to pass the roaring stomach. He looked high and low all over the field, but couldn't locate anything to bite to satisfy his rumbling hunger. Finally, he finds an apple tree and a pigeon up there. While eating, pigeon showed a musty down the tree. "Oh my goodness, you surprised me. What next?" was seeking some things to eat to feed my stomach, but due to the tall trees, I couldn't find it. She saw the pigeon. Pigeon answered, "Oh, pure little mouse dear, come near. I will try my best so you can eat well this food." "How to blessed I am. Thank you so much." "Oh dear, I can meet with nice pigeon," the mouse deer murmurs as he runs out back to his place.
All right. During the dry season, a sleeping mouse will become very hungry and went on the hunt for food. But the food was hidden in a very high tree. Finally, a kind-hearted dove assists the mouse in obtaining his food. Uh, the theme that I choose for this story is "The Best Will Come True." The best will come true, and the best will come true and come when you are not shy to say, "Please help me to others." And the next, I will share my yeah. All right. My title is "My Injuries." My injuries started. There are a teenager who is very diligent. She likes to help and she devotes to his parents. Her name is Mirna. She lives with her parents in a very beautiful and cool place among slopes of a mountain. One day, they experienced an event that was very painful to the heart and mind because the high and beautiful mountain began to show its ugliness by erupting, releasing a very powerful fire. Suffering and success from her and his family and her relatives becomes scattered everywhere to get a safer place from the volcanic eruption. She had to part with her friends and start a new life. So the theme that I choose is the injury will become in our life. And then this story I taken from my experience. It is about 2011, or it is about 12 years ago. I've experienced with eruption of the mountain, and I will go to looking for the safer place with my parents and my family. So until now, I never come to my hometown because the eruption of the mountain. I think that's all my story. Thank you.
Okay, Smyrna, thank you for sharing. Now, I would like to ask you, Smyrna. I know writing is not easy. Somehow there's so many things that we have to focus on when we write. But I'm curious, do you have editor to help you polish your writing? Do you have someone to help you edit your writing?
Honestly, I don't have a partner to help my writing, but I'm using application that name is Grammarly, and then I'm using other application to help my writing, just like help in my grammar and my punctuation in my writing.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Smyrna. Well, we go to the next storytellers. Can you please share us your masterpieces? Masterpieces?
Okay, I would like to say good afternoon one more time. So now I will show you guys of my masterpieces. So for the first one, I will show you about the first. It is from ebook creator and the title is Josh and His Beloved Candy. So this story for the children from 7 until 10 years old. So for the theme is honesty and trust. So guys, you can read all of okay, you can go you guys can read all of here, and then you guys can get some message from this my story. So why I choose this theme, because at the age children must be taught how to always live with honesty and also trust. And these two things are very important for children to know at that time. And because later when they grow up, they will form a good character in each of them. So the story tells about Josh, where he loves eat candy or sweet food, and then, however, his mother forbid Josh to eat too much sweets because it is not healthy. Until one day he lied to his mother, he buys sweets constantly, and also eventually he gets sick. Okay, so for ebook creator, I made this story with Canva. So now I would like to share the second project that I have made. Okay, the next one, it talks about hard work brings success. It is for digital storytelling, and also for the second project, it is for English teachers and also children from 6 until 10 age. So why I choose this theme? This theme is hard work, because I want children at this time to be taught to work hard in learning and also help their parents when their parents have difficulty, such as cleaning the house and many other things. And also this synopsis talks about the life of a turtle named Tori, who is trying to find a job to make money for living, where he no longer has parents, and now he has to work hard to earn money to himself. So guys, keep on watching. Hard work brings success. Every creature should work to earn a living. And so did Tori. A little turtle with rough skin and a hard shell, he climbs out of their sandy nest and makes his way to the oceans.
I'm growing up in the sea. I don't have parents anymore. I should start looking for work tomorrow, or I could die soon, Tori said. The next day, he went to the post office. Excuse me, Mr. Stork. Can I be a post officer in your company? I need money right now.
Sorry, Tori. We need flying animals to deliver the letters. You can't do that.
The next day, he went to the fire department. Excuse me, Mr. Monkey. Can I be a firefighter in your company? I need money right now.
Sorry, Tori. We need fast animals to extinguish the fire. You can do that. After a day traveling looking for a job, he pulled closer to the circus community, the only place he had never visited. He was sad as raindrops on a grave.
Excuse me, Mr. Fox. Can I be a circus performer in your community? I need money right now. I have been looking for a job everywhere, but I keep being rejected. You are my last hope, Mr. Fox. Of course, Dory. You can join us. I need a small animal to be on top for completing our animal tower mission. And you are the perfect criteria for that. Really? Thank you, Mr. Fox. You are good-hearted, Mr. Fox.
Tori finally got a job. He was very happy as a clown. The end.
Okay, I think that's all for the DST, digital storytelling, and also for the ebook creator. So now we come up into the next or the last project that I have made. It is for Wattpad story, and the title is From Classmate to Lover. So in this Wattpad, I have made 25 parts. So guys, you can read all of this part, and then you can read my story in Wattpad while you eating noodles or while you drinking milk and so on. Okay, now for this Wattpad, we can see here the first topic. It talks about introducing me, and then my new start in life, my friendship story is start, the first time I got to know him, my daily life, he who starts to pay attention to me, coincidence met, missing home, unexpected day, confusing night, sunny morning, wrong time, things that I couldn't imagine, a feeling that drains my mind, ask him, beautiful day, busy day, dreams come true, his confusing ache, makes me curious, unforgettable day, our story, diesel day, long-awaited day, 3 years later, and the last part, it talks about goodbye. And for this story, the theme is love story. So guys, you can read my story in Wattpad for age 18 until 25. So why I choose this theme about love story? Because there are many love stories that relate to most people, especially in coming age to adulthood. And in this story tells about a pair of lovers in college where they give each other their positive energy. And so for the synopsis, it talks about the two teenagers who have just entered the world of college. At the time, they were in different majors. However, time also brought them together in one of the courses to make the two of us so that they can meet unexpectedly. Unexpectedly, they ended up in a relationship. However, they both have to face a problem, and also namely a long distance relationship due to the pandemic, and they decided to return to their respective places and so on. And so for the this Wattpad, the ST, and also the hard work brings success. I think that's all about my masterpieces. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hannah. Wonderful stories you wrote. Now, I would like to ask questions. Well, in creative writing, we have to master figurative language. Now, I would like you to share what is actually your favorite figures of speech.
By the way, I think I have many love figurative language. Talks about the simile and then the metaphor. If you already watch my DST or the digital storytelling in YouTube, you can see that many figurative language, and also in Josh and his beloved candy, I have right there in the ebook creator that have many figurative language. So guys, you can read all of my masterpieces after that. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I really enjoy listening to your stories, great stories you have. If I may suggest, please keep honing your writing skills so that who knows that someday you will have a chance to become great writers. And I think you should carry this kind of legacy to your juniors. Now, I have further questions. Will you keep writing in the future?
Yes, ma'am. You know, because when we cannot express our emotion to the others by speaking, we can write everything in our books, and you know, you can feel more relaxed because of that. You can feel the pen and the paper brings all of your problems into the words. That's me.
So what does that mean for me? Don't worry to try something, even though you feel struggle with that. But trust, you have to trust. When you try, you will learn more and make you more creative, especially in writing. Just like what I'm experienced when writing my masterpieces. And before I don't like to writing something. I cannot find more words or more idea when I start my masterpieces. But when I got the project from this creative writing, just like right now, I feel better than before because it's so challenging me. And I hope sometimes when I have a long time or I have a very busy time, I will try and I will do my masterpieces more, and I will make story is including my experience, I think.
Of course, thank you, Michelle, and also Kasmirna. So now I will continue. Yes, of course, I will keep writing in the future. I have plans to continue writing in the future because I can express what I feel by writing. So it's kind of therapy for me. By writing can improve my memory so that I don't become a person who is easy to forget. I can also develop my writing skills, and by writing can train myself mentally to become stronger, because writing also has its own difficulties in being patient and taking a lot of time.
Well, that's a very good commitment you have there. Well, anyway, there are always obstacles that prevent us from writing. So please don't stop writing. Now, next question I would like to ask. What are your attempts to improve your creative writing skills?
For me, to attempt creative writing, I usually read a books and watching a film. And for the books, one of my favorite writer is Dewi Lestari. Is it because the sum of her book is involved about astronomy, and also Dewi Lestari also have the very creative writing, because when I read her books, I can imagine what the condition of that books. And so to attempt creative writing, I also, I made a note in my phone. I usually made poems in my phone. Is it to remind me about the condition of that day, and I can improve my writing skills when I trying to open my note in my phone and read again my masterpiece in my phone. I laughing about it, because it brings me back to the memories that I have made in that day. I think that's my.
So the attempts that I use to improve my creative writings is when I'm used the application just to make a clear my grammar and my my masterpieces in writing. So to choose the better words in the sentences of my story, I also include the semantics that learn about figurative speech, like a metaphor and simile or repetition from there. And I combine them to make a better sentences and make a better word to read. And so that's make a wonderful writing in my masterpieces, and the reader will enjoy to read what I have written.
Okay, by the way, ma'am, I agree with Kak Michelle and also Kasmirna opinion. Also, I have to read a lot of books, so I will find my inspiration and get good examples for others' writing style. I also have to keep a journal to write something that I experience or the activities that I do every day. It will make me more get used to writing letter. And finally, I see that the figure of a person who can inspire me, maybe from Terelie. It is my inspiration to write story, and then also who is a famous writer who has published many good works. So I think that's all of my opinion.
Okay, thank you. The previous episode, the theme of the show is about mental wellness, bridging health and creative writing. So I would like to ask this kind of question. I'm really curious asking this question. How does writing help you secure a healthier and happier mind?
Okay, I try to answer. As I have told before, I'm not very good in speaking. And when I can speaking and I get the problems, I feel very stressful. I feel burning out because of my problem. But I don't know how to tell my problems to anyone. So because of that, I try to write everything in my mind, because when the word when the paper and the pen is feels like he bring all of the my stressful and become a word, and from the word it become a masterpiece that I can have for the day, that I can have done of my masterpiece. So for everyone, maybe you have the same case like me. You can handle your problems, and or you can tell to anyone how your problems about. So you can start to writing. You can start to take your pen and write everything you want to say. Is it not have to the beautiful word you have to write, but just write, because just write, just express your emotion in the paper, in the words.
All right. Honestly, as I said before, I don't really like to write. Like Michelle said, when you have a trouble or your problem in your life, I mostly singing or getting sleep when I'm face the problem. But when I'm trying to writing, just right now, by writing I feel relieved and happy, especially when I write stories that makes my experience. It's like we are pouring hidden feelings into our masterpieces according to the creation we made. And then by writing like this, the burden will slowly become happy, because by telling the masterpieces, it means that we have forgotten to make it a thing, to get a lesson in life. So in when we're writing, tell everything what we have done, what we have feel in our paper. So so before I get wrong, I think when I was seeing and when I was sleep, my problem is blow. But when I'm trying writing, the writing is more specific, is more interesting to get away our problem. I think that's all.
Okay, in my opinion, with writing, I can improve my emotional abilities into positive things, that I can feel my feelings when I'm writing, because by writing, I can pour out all my hearts, and then I can tell something that has already happening in my life and so on. And this is very good for health, and for sure, I will feel more relieved and also feel sad. And also, I can increase happiness, and also I can decrease stress.
All right. Thank you, storytellers. You have a very well-versed answers. Well, I think this is a very comprehensive talk I have so far. Well, we've reached the end of our show. And to all our storytellers, I would like you to give your closing statements to our viewers here.
Okay, so for all of you who watch this, I hope we can be inspired to for you to write everything. To when we are right, we can feel more relaxed. So for all of you also have a problems, can express yourself by by telling your story to the others. You can just write. You can feel the new experience, the amazing experience by write.
All right. Writing is to express our feeling and happiness in our life. Just like I said before, I don't like writing, but we have to try, because not only to express our emotional, but when you more creative in writing, you also can get any chance to know others people, what your experience, what is in your opinion, or maybe your opinion or your experience maybe strengthens others, and uh, who knows, that will be a blessing in our life.
Okay, my closing statement is keep writing and feel the positive sensation in writing. Because by writing, we will build our own self confidence. Like me, at first, I wasn't sure I could produce good writing. But as time goes by, I became more confident in my writing. So, writing taught me to grow self confidence.
Thank you. I really like your closing statements, all of your closing statements. Well, this is the end of our show. We're going to launch episode 3 on Friday at 10 a.m. I would like you to stay tuned and watch the last episode of season 3. Well, once again, I would like to say thank you to all storytellers. Thank you for sharing with us your masterpieces. I do appreciate your time and efforts to be here. And please instill the commitment that you have. Keep on writing, keep on sharing. Your stories should keep on rolling. So thank you. We see you again in the next episode. Bye.